Hey, challengers. Welcome to Advanced PE. It's April 28th, Tuesday. Let's get into this. So what we get on tap today, we're going to go over the FIT principle. We'll do a headspace meditation. There's a conditioning piece. And of course, just to show that you are doing the conditioning as well as following along with the lesson, there is an assessment. So let's get started. FIT, it's the framework for a fitness plan. It's frequency, intensity, type, and time. Okay, notice frequency, intensity, type, and time, FIT. So how often do you exercise? Okay, do you run 3 times a week? Is it playing soccer 5 times a week? And then how often do you participate in a certain type of exercise? So for example, if you enjoy running, that's great, but maybe you also play soccer as well. So you're running 3 days a week and you're playing soccer 4 days a week, right? So that we have a similar type of exercise running going on as part of our frequency. The intensity. How hard are you exercising? Are you going out for a walk? Is it a speed walk? Is it a timed mile? What is it, right? Are you doing 100 push-ups as quickly as you can? Or are you spreading those 100 push-ups out throughout the day, right? Intensity also comes into play with how many repetitions of something are you doing, right? Like I said, are you doing 100 push-ups? Are you doing 10 push-ups? Or how far are you running? How fast are you running or moving or completing your exercise? The third part of this is how much weight or resistance. Now, mind you, this is all relative to the individual, right? So I may find 100 pounds for a squat is simple, and so it's a relatively low intensity for me. Someone else, smaller individual, may find that that is absolutely crushing to them, so the intensity is high, right? So this is going to it's going to vary, but how much weight or how much resistance are you using? Now the time, pretty simple. How long is your exercise session? Is it an hour? Is it 5 minutes? That's going to come into play with the plan as well. And then lastly, what is the type? What form of exercise are you doing? Example, are you walking? Are you running? Are you sprinting? Right? All three, same type of movement, but a very different outcome from these three. Are you biking, rowing, swimming, etc.? Are you playing a sport? Or are you weight training? What exactly is it that you are doing? What type of exercise and conditioning are you doing? So those 4: frequency, intensity, time, and type are the prescription for a fitness plan. Now, the second part of this is progressive overload. Now, to improve or get stronger, the muscular and or cardiovascular systems must be made to work harder than it is accustomed. So if you were sitting on the couch for 3 months straight, you'd probably lost a lot of fitness. If you get up off that couch, you maybe get winded walking up and down the stairs. Right? There's your overload. Right? Going up the stairs, your muscular and cardiovascular systems are just not accustomed to that. So you do that every day, you will continue to get stronger at that until it's no longer challenging for the body. So in our example here, back in 528 BCE, back in ancient Greece, Milo of Croton is a very famous individual as far as athletics goes, but it was said that he picked up a baby calf when it was born. Each day he would go out and pick up this calf as it was growing. And each day this calf would get a little bit bigger, but Milo was able to pick it up because it was only getting bigger a little bit at a time. It was a progressive overload. So as the calf grew, Milo got stronger, and he was able to do this. It was rumored that he was able to pick up a full grown bull, when it was about 4 years old. So it was a little bit at a time. It progressively overloaded his body to be able to eventually pick up a cow. He didn't do it on day one, right? Okay, we're going to start day 4 of the mindfulness practice. And again, meditation is an exercise for your brain. The more you practice, the better you get at it.
Hi, and welcome back to the basics and to session 4. Now, you probably noticed in the last session that it's really tempting as you're sitting there watching the thoughts pass by, as you're watching this traffic in the mind, that it's really tempting to run out and get involved in it. So we tend to see a thought that excites us, we chase after it, we get distracted by it. Or we see a thought that we don't like, we resist it, and we get caught up in it. And this is really normal. This is part of learning the skill. And over time, the more familiar we get with that, the easier it starts to become. We see that temptation and we're able to let go of it and come back to the breath. So again, don't worry if that's still happening a lot. That's very normal. It's okay to allow thoughts to come and go. All we need to do is to sit back and observe the traffic of the mind. Right now, though, all you need to do is to get comfortable. Make sure you're in a place you're not going to be disturbed. And we're going to begin just as we did before. Eyes open. Nice soft focus. The body upright but relaxed. And then when you're ready, just taking some nice big deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Focusing on that physical sensation as the body inhales. And likewise, a physical sensation as you breathe out. And with the next out breath, allowing the eyes to close, feeling the weight of the body press down, feeling the weight of gravity. Sensation of the feet on the floor, the hands, and the arms on the legs. And just settling into the space around you as you begin to notice the different sounds. Noticing when the mind wanders. And then just gently bringing the attention back into the body. And just use this moment to check in with the body. Notice whether the body feels heavy or light, restless or still. Nothing to do about it, just watching, noticing, and then just scanning down from head to toe. Just continuing to build up a picture of how the body feels. And knowing that the mind will wander, just realizing when it has, coming back to the sensation, the body as you scan down towards the toes. If you've already got there, just starting to notice that movement of breath in the body now. That rising and falling sensation. Not breathing in any special way. Just noticing where in the body you feel that movement. Noticing if the breaths are long or short, deep or shallow. And when you feel you've settled into the breath, the rhythm of the breath, just slowly beginning to count the breaths as they pass. And nothing to do, allowing the body to breathe naturally. Just counting off the breaths as they pass, realizing when the mind's wandered, and each time just gently coming back to the breath again. And noticing when the mind's wandered, and just coming back to the breath again. Just allowing thoughts to come and go. just for a moment, letting go of any focus, just allowing the mind to do whatever it wants to do. So nothing to do at all. And then just bringing the attention back to the body now. Just coming back to that feeling of contact, that feeling of weight. Body against the seat or the floor beneath you. Feet on the floor. Hands and arms on the legs. And starting to notice the sounds, sensations, smells, just becoming more familiar with the space around you. As always, you can just gently open your eyes whenever you feel ready. And when you do, just sitting back, taking a moment, and just noticing how you feel. So this is a really important part of the exercise. Not comparing or judging how you feel compared to the beginning, but just noticing the difference in the body and in the mind. And just taking a moment to reflect on how today's exercise unfolded. So we're not judging ourselves in any way, we're simply reflecting, noticing whether we were able to hold our seat on the side of the road, just watching the traffic, or whether we got very involved, caught up in certain storylines, certain thoughts, perhaps got very caught up in resisting other thoughts, or maybe even sort of found ourselves in the middle of the road trying to control the traffic in some way. So all of these things are very normal, and it's part of learning the skill. But the more we come back to this, the more familiar it feels, the easier it feels, and in time we find that we're able to simply sit with the mind as it is. I look forward to seeing you back here soon for session 5.
All right, today's conditioning piece. So you're going to need the weight that you built, created, that you used last week. Okay. So for our first 5 minutes here, what we're looking at, 10 deadlifts, 10 shoulder to overhead. Okay. So repeat that back and forth for 5 minutes. Keeping in mind, we're looking at good form, good technique throughout the movement. When the 5 minutes is up, rest for 2 minutes. And then we're going to start a second couplet here, another 5-minute AMRAP of 15 squats and 15 push-ups. Depending on how you're feeling today or your fitness ability, you can use that weight for the squats, or you can choose to do the squats without weight. Okay, so 15 squats, 15 push-ups, repeat for 5 minutes. Then you're going to rest for 2 minutes, and then we're going to finish up with 20 jumping jacks and 20 mountain climbers for 5 minutes. So this will take 19 minutes of total time, 15 minutes of exercise time. So go to Schoology for the link to the assessment when you've completed everything. And of course, if you would like to see the replay, you can see it at the YouTube channel as well. I will post it onto Schoology so you can see it there. Have a great day.